and make recommendations on her own, and then later go and chair a council that will now consider these people who are supposed to come from the president.
I'm not so sure whether the Chief Justice has a veto on the Judicial Council.
Okay.
I'm not sure. Of course, I do not know the internal workings of the Judicial Council.
She certainly doesn't.
But so what's the issue really?
No, he's saying that by the term of the Constitution, it must be by the president in consultation with in acting on the advice of the Judicial Council. Mm-hmm. So if the chair of the Judicial Council then takes a list to the president, and that list returns from the president to the Judicial Council, where that chair will still sit to moderate the considerations, that is wrong.
I do not think so at all. In any event, the Chief Justice wears many hats, one of which is the chair of the Judicial Council.
That's right.
And she also wears a hat as the head of the judiciary. Okay, so we ought to be told whether she did the recommendation in her capacity as wearing the chair, the hat of the chair of the Judicial Council, or she did so wearing the hat as the administrative head of the judiciary.
It will be in the performance of administrative function, I suppose.
And so really, what was the issue? Is that the basis for removal? I do not think so.
So the main point you raise, if we can go to that one quickly, the main point you raise, which is leading to the GBA's statement and the part of the major reason for the strike, the demonstration, Article 296.
Yes.
Where in this constitution or in any other law, discretionary power is vested in any person or authority, that discretionary power shall be deemed to imply a duty to be fair and candid. The exercise of the discretionary power shall not be arbitrary, capricious, or biased, either by resentment, prejudice, or personal dislike, and shall be in accordance with due process of law. And where the person or authority is not a judge or other judicial officer, there shall be published by a constitutional instrument or statutory instrument or regulations that are not inconsistent with the provisions of this Constitution or that other law to govern the exercise of the discretionary power. You say because the rules have not been published. The GBA says because the rules have not been published, the president cannot act the way he has done.
It's a mandatory provision.
Okay.
Okay, and I'm saying that it is not covered under the normal administrative actions contemplated in Ransford, France. This is unique. It requires rules to be established. The president has not done so and has breached Article 296C of the Constitution, and he ought to reverse that breach.
President Akufo-Addo presided over the petition by Professor Kweku Asare and issued a prima facie determination, correct?
Yes.
Had there been the publication of any regulations? That's the question people are asking.
Well, there had not been. The fact that that was wrongful, if you conclude that way, doesn't mean that it should be repeated this time around too.
Okay. Okay. All right. So you want to take a quick breather here?
Sure.
Okay. So how do you respond to that?
Well,
that's a germane issue. It's a